Today, for your talking and listening focus task, we're going to be having a look at something which links with our speech marks learning from earlier in the week. So when we were learning about speech marks, we know that the speech that is contained within the marks is said, but sometimes we have something called a monologue, which is when a person says something that's a bit of a longer speech. So when one person sort of talks for quite a long time about something quite important. The one that you've got today is an extract from Finding Nemo, but before I let you get started on performing that, we're going to talk about how we use the information contained in a monologue to help us perform it in a way that the character would mean it. And this, for us to do this, we need to have those comprehension skills to understand a few things about it before we start. So, first thing we need to work out, who is the person that's speaking? And I don't just mean their name. Try and have a little bit of a think about the character, what you know about them. Are they young? Are they old? Are they excitable? Are they quite grumpy? Do you have any more information that can help you with your performance of this monologue? So after you've thought carefully about who is speaking and any information you know that might help you understand how that person would say these words, we look to our next question, which is who are they speaking to? So are they just kind of ranting? Are they talking about someone in particular, or are they speaking to somebody? Or is it meant for the audience to give them more information about the sort of play or book or movie that you are talking about? So think about who they're speaking to, think about their relationship with that person and how that would impact the way that they would speak to them. And then finally, you need to think carefully about what the character is feeling at the time. Now, you are able to infer and use those hot skills to work out, right, if they're quite a grumpy person and they're feeling a bit tired, how are they going to say this? You can put those two things together. But there's generally something called stage direction, which gives you an idea of the thoughts and feelings or the emotions of that person when they are making this speech or monologue. So your task for today is to perform the monologue from Finding Nemo, but before you do that, you're going to need to go through and look very carefully at the variety of information that is on the monologue for you. So on the document containing the monologue, you'll see that there's at the start 2 paragraphs that are packed full of information that you can use to find the answer to those questions. Who is speaking? Who are they speaking to? Think about that relationship, and then also what the emotions are at the time. Now, a lot of you will have seen Finding Nemo, and you can use extra information from that to try and use that to help you perform your monologue. The reason this links well with our speech marks is because when we're reading speech and we have sort of like shouted Abby angrily, we can use that information to help us then read that text, whereas this is a little bit different because it doesn't have that said or shouted in it. It has the information before, and we have to infer how the person is thinking and feeling to perform the monologue. You need to think about the fact that you're acting and you're using your voice and your body language to put that across. So you're not just saying the words, you're using your whole body, your facial expressions, the pauses you make between words, the way your words go up and down to help put across those emotions that you have worked out that are in this piece of text. So the first thing you're going to do before you start performing it is you're going to write the answers to those 3 questions. Who is speaking? Who are they speaking to? And then talk about the relationship. And then finally, what are the emotions at the time? And you're going to write the answers to that down so that you have that information to help you with your performance as best you can. Once you've finished that, and that's called your analysis of the text, you're going to start rehearsing your performance. I would say before you try and do your final performance, do it 5 or 6 times. Maybe ask someone at home to give you some feedback on how you could improve, and then try and use it. And when you're finished, you can film it and upload it onto the assignment. Now, I understand that not everyone has a camera, so if you can't film it and upload it on the assignment, upload the answers to the 3 questions, and then you could just say who you performed it to, like for example, a brother, a sister, mum, granny, whoever is at home looking after you, you could do your performance for them.